Hey, okay, so we're live again. Welcome. All right, so we are doing Wellness Wednesdays, where we talk about sort of getting filled up physically, so that we can, in this particular series that we've been doing, we've been talking about ways to feel less tired through the day. For those of us that struggle with just feeling worn out and like we're not getting enough sleep, or the quality of sleep we're getting isn't good enough, or we're just tired. So there's some super practical things that we've been talking about that we can do. And we're going to continue with that today. Okay, I hope you all have had a super great week. This has been kind of a light week for me in our group. I've been fighting a cold, which is no fun. Plus, I've just been busy doing a lot of things offline. So I haven't really been at my computer. It's not true, I've been at my computer a lot, but I haven't been online all that much. Okay. All right. So what we are going to be, hi, Miss Tarwater. How you doing? I'm glad you're here. Okay. So my name is Jenny Scott, and the founder of Fully Charged Mamas, and we are talking about how to get feel less tired and worn out in the day. We have talked about quite a few different little tips. Talked about how to get in a better night's sleep, some things we could do, like rules in our bedroom, what we want our bedroom to look like so our sleep is better. Hey, Tracy, I'm glad you're here. Okay, talked about reducing screens. We've talked about making sure that you have enough, that you have exercise in the day, so that you're not so tired from just not getting our body stressed enough. And there were some good tips in our comments about that, and about being hydrated and how important that is to feeling energized. So we're going to talk about just a few things that you could do during your day. This will help at night while you sleep, and it will just help you sort of maintain energy levels during the day, assuming that you are sleeping at night. And if you're not sleeping at night, like maybe Sweet Tracy isn't, then this will help you also. It's not going to make you feel like you slept 10 hours or whatever, but it should help. So, okay. Let me think. Okay, here's how we're going to start. We're going to start with one of the reasons that we oftentimes feel physically worn out is because of all the mental stress that we've got going on during our day. And we have so many things playing through our minds and all these things that we have to get done. And this constant sort of to-do list that's in our head all the time creates a level of stress that wears us out. So it's hard to, well, for some of us it's easy to believe, but it can be hard to believe that just what's going on in our minds can make our bodies physically worn out. But the processes that happen in our bodies whenever we are mentally just stressed is hormones get disrupted, and chemicals in our body get disrupted, and those have physiological effects. So the very first thing that you have to do is figure out some way to get the things that's going on in your head out of your head. Now, biblically speaking, the way to do that is through prayer, is to make our requests known to God. It's a decision that we make to trust Him with all the worries and the anxieties and the things that are going on in our head. It's a mental decision to lay those at the feet of Jesus, and we just tend to picking them back up, and we don't have to do that. We can just continue to lay them down. So that's, from a biblical spiritual perspective, that is the real solution for when we've got stress and anxiety and things that are robbing us of being able to thrive in our day. Okay, but there's some other practical things that we can do, which is just write them down. Sometimes if it's just a to-do list and we have it running in our head and we don't want to forget something, or we're afraid we're going to forget something, stick it in your phone, write it down on a planner. I've talked about brain dumps before, where just everything that's in your head, like if you maybe have a chance to take a nap, right? And you lay down to take a nap and you can't sleep because your mind is just with all the things. Maybe you're replaying conversations that you had, or conversations you want to have. Just to write all that down, spend 5 to 10 minutes writing all that down, and then you're more likely to be able to sleep and rest whenever you can rest. Okay, so do that. Write stuff down. Get it out of your head and onto a piece of paper, even if you're writing out your prayers or just your to-do list. Okay, do that. Another thing is getting the right kind of foods in our bodies. We love to think that what we eat really doesn't affect us. And for some of us, especially when we were young, it didn't really matter what we ate. We felt fine. But as we age, the nutritional needs of our body become more evident, right? So when we're not getting the nutrition that we need, then we just can't do as well, right? Which makes sense. So I would love to see in your comments if you notice that how you're eating affects how you feel. Because I didn't used to think that it did until I made some changes to how I was eating. And then all of a sudden I realized, man, I'm really actually susceptible to eating crappy foods. And I don't label foods good or bad. Like, food doesn't have any kind of moral standing, right? But when I wasn't putting the good things in, then I wasn't experiencing the benefits of it. So eating a breakfast that has the kind of energy that will last you all day, some protein, some whole grains, some fruits and vegetables, berries, smoothies, those kinds of things. Make choices to stick those things in to every meal, and then a snack if you eat between meals because you're hungry. Yeah, it does make a difference. I'm glad, Sheila, you noticed that, because a lot of people, I think, just assume it doesn't, and we're not that disciplined with it often. So, but if we can just focus on adding things back into our breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and our snacks, then we can feel the benefit of the energy. I have a secret weapon. I don't know if you've ever seen me drinking this. This right here is it's an energy drink, but it's essentially nutrition in a glass, and I just mix it with some water. And it is gives me all kinds of crazy vitamins, because like B vitamins, I don't know if you knew this, but B vitamins actually help our bodies convert food into energy. So when we're deficient in B vitamins, then we're not able to, even if we're eating good things, we might not be able to convert that food into energy as efficiently as we could as if we weren't deficient in those B vitamins. So this is like a B vitamin. It's got wheatgrass and all kinds of stuff. So if you want some energy, private message me, and I'll tell you how to get some of this. So anyway, but it's nutrition. It's putting the good things in our body so that we can reap the benefits of it. Okay. And heavy meals, right? Like, if I'm going to eat a donut at church, I'm okay. Like, I'm not going to feel sick and horrible all day long. That's the only time I ever eat donuts, is at church on Sunday morning. So, but if I am going to eat that donut, then I can't have a big breakfast of like bacon and eggs and toast, because then the more food, when it sits on my stomach and doesn't have time to digest, then all of your body's energies get focused in on digesting that food, right? And so then you don't have the energy that you need to go for the. That's why we feel so tired after a big lunch or after a big dinner. So one way that we can help ourselves to not feel so sluggish is to have smaller meals that can be, even if it's the same food, like it's about how we proportion it out during our day that can make us feel better and more energized and not as draggy. Okay. So I've just solved all of our problems, right, with being exhausted. No, I know I didn't, but these things really do make a difference if you will just believe me. If you haven't seen all the videos, go back and watch the videos. Start putting some of these things into practice, and they really do help your body feel better. I have learned so much about the human body and nutrition and how to physically feel better, because honestly, I do better in every other area of my life. I do better spiritually. I do better emotionally, mentally, when I am physically feeling better. The Bible's very clear that we don't have to feel good in order to be Christ-like and be righteous and have joy. We certainly don't. He gives us power and strength. So even when we're not sleeping with our babies because of our babies, or even when we're not able, let's say we're on vacation and we're not able to eat like we should, we can still have joy even if we have chronic illness. But believe me, it is so much easier to manage all of those other things when we're on a level playing field physically, when we get our bodies in a good place where we're getting rested. So go do some of these things, get some rest, take a nap. And Tracy, I hope that Sweet Gus is feeling better. So I would love to know that he's doing better today. Okay, love y'all. Thanks for watching. And let me know what changes you're going to make. Please, let's hold each other accountable. After watching, if you're tired and you are dragging during your day, and you have watched the videos, and there's anything in there that you're not already doing, start doing them now, and let me know. Let me know what was helpful, if any of them made a difference in how you feel. And yay. All right. Love y'all. We'll talk soon.